Hey, welcome to the Backstage Pass. We're the behind-the-scenes crew.
We're gonna show you the construction of the set.
We're gonna talk to the producer and the director.
Oh, and makeup.
Hair too.
We're gonna give you a close-up look at how the music is composed for the Christmas Carol.
Hey, our first video is gonna be costumes, makeup, and hair. You should do it. You have nice hair.
I don't know.
I never do my hair. You should do it.
Well, if we're really gonna do hair, shouldn't we have a guy do it too?
Yes, Quincy.
I volunteer, the shortest member of our group.
I'm actually not that short. I mean, I am like average height for a 13-year-old.
Y'all ready? Let's hit it. Ow!
We are in the costume closet. Look.
Let me get some shots of you.
I'm stuck. How do they even choose which ones for each character? I can't even. You just would get lost in here, honestly. I can't. Whoa. Sorry.
What are you doing here?
This is so big, I just got lost in it.
Yep, welcome to the costume closet. Are you gonna help me organize this thing?
Well, actually, I had a few questions to ask.
It was written on a
This is
plate.
Abigail and Stephanie.
hi.
Do you have some questions for the costume department this year?
Yeah. So, first of all, how do you organize all of these costumes and choose them for each cast member?
Well, usually we start with a list from someone else in production. So here's who's in the choir, who's in the cast. So then we go through and they tell us like what role they're supposed to play, if they're slum, if they're upper class, if they're supposed to be like someone who has a particular job. So then we just go through and we try to like get measurements and put their costume with what they're supposed to be doing. So if they're outside, they need a cape. If they're selling stuff, okay, they need a money pouch, stuff like that. So that takes a lot of time. We put like a plastic cover over each one and we put their name on it. So we try to keep them all organized. Okay, so back in the day, everyone wore like the same outfits. So then the producer came in and said, all right, let's give everyone a different style, let's get color, I want it bright and vibrant. So then we started putting in like a bunch of patterns and not just on cast members, but on everyone and trying to make it all very diverse.
Wow, look at this piece. This is super intricate. What makes this costume?
So we want her to look very heavenly. So we're talking about how to even use some of the same fabrics but in a different way and change our approach to get her to really feel ethereal on stage.
There's a makeup meeting going on right now, so I'm gonna go get my makeup done.
Oh, I'll go get Quincy.
So we're gonna do some demonstration here so you can see what goes into doing makeup. Joanna here is gonna do Sophia. She's going to do...
We're gonna do some old age.
Gonna do some old age. And Andrew is gonna do me. And we're just gonna do...
Just a regular old cast member.
Regular cast member. So, here we go.
I'm here with Mrs. Van, and she is the leader of the makeup department here for the Christmas Carol. She's the one you go to if you have any questions. She's the leader of it all, and she's the one that basically makes it all happen. So we're gonna ask her just a few questions about what goes on in the makeup department. So I guess the first question, what is the need to even wear makeup on stage?
So acting on stage, the lights are really, really bright and tend to wash out any detail of your face. So we like to start with a darker foundation, like 1 shade or 2 shades darker than your natural color. So it allows for just not that washout effect. And then we add contour, which is really fun because you just kind of find where the skeletal structure of the face is, and then you accentuate it with a darker color and then a highlight on top that reflects the light, so it gives the face some dimension. In addition to the darker foundation and the contour, we like to add brighter hues to the face. So take a lipstick shade that you would normally wear, it's not going to really be seen on stage. So you would want to go a couple shades brighter as well. So like red lipstick works really well, or lipstick with more pinks in it, because it catches the light and it really makes someone look very vibrant and alive, which is the look that we're going for. We look for people who are naturally artistic. And so someone who has an eye for detail, because it is an art. It's like painting a picture when you're doing someone's face. You have to get everything in the right place and use the right colors, and we try and set it up as much as we can.
How long on average does it take for just one cast member to be done?
Well, it depends on the kind of makeup that they require. So children do not need as much contour and highlight, so we tend to do more basic makeup with them. So that would take like 15 minutes, maybe 20 max. The ladies stage and the men's stage, that would take probably 20 to 30 minutes. Scrooge is definitely the longest.
Yeah.
The poor man has to sit there for a couple hours each time and get his makeup done. He has a bald cap, so they have to apply that and put makeup on top of that to make it look natural.
wow.
So it's a very intense, involved process for him. So about 15 to a couple hours. It just depends on who you're doing. None of us on the makeup team have been formally trained. We didn't go to school for this, so we've had to all learn how to put these tips and techniques into practice.
I hear the hair department is having a meeting. Let's go interview them.
Oh man, that was painful. I hope I never have to do that again.
I think you missed a spot.
Are you kidding? Come on, let's go talk to the head of hair. Hey.
What's going on in the hair department?
We are having our first planning meeting for the Christmas Carol hairstyles. We just received our cast and choir list. Get this, guys, we have 62 in the cast, including adults and children, and 55 in the choir. So we have a lot of hair to do, and we are going to be doing all of their hairstyles. So my two lead hairstylists are here with me today helping assign hair styles for each of the people. Let's do some trial runs today. Hannah, you can do Sophia if you'd like, and Ryan. So for the past several years that we've been doing this, we have researched together and chosen hairstyles. Obviously we're doing the 1800s, Victorian England, and so you have also the Christmas past, which takes you 40 years earlier, puts you into the late 1700s. So we've looked at the hairstyles from those times for the different scenes, and we have chosen kind of our favorite hairstyles from those. And it's funny because if we have to choose between authenticity to the time and beauty, we're going to choose beauty every time. So sometimes it may not be as authentic as it may have looked in the 1800s, but we make sure that it's beautiful. So we have a pretty awesome group of volunteers. Everyone who helps in the hairstyling team is a volunteer from Falls Baptist Church, and really we don't have professionals. We start several hours before the show. We get going with hair, so if we have an evening show, we start most of the time just a little afternoon and sometimes mid-afternoon, and we are working that whole evening, which is a lot of fun. So this is our 4th year doing it, and in times past we feel like we do hair all day and then go and act. Any hairstyle we do, we want it to be very, very large with lots of volume, so I make sure that each of my hairstylists know how to get that volume on the head, and that would probably be my #1 tip. Make sure you know how to give a lot of poof to every single choir and cast member's head.
We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of the Backstage Pass.
See you next week.